I'm Ava, and today we're giving this doll a makeover. I don't find anything actually wrong with this doll at all. In fact, I love how she looks, and I will be ordering a duplicate of her so I have her in her original state. But I saw this photo on Instagram from another doll story a while back, and they gave this doll an awesome reroute and a completely new look, so that inspired me to give it a try myself. Okay, now let's begin this transformation. So to start, I have some boiling hot water here, and I'm basically gonna dip the doll's head in the boiling hot water. This is probably gonna mess up her hair, but we're gonna be getting rid of her hair anyways, so oh well. I'm just gonna let that sit there for a little bit. And alrighty, and I'm just going to rip this baby off. This should be pretty easy now that it's softened. Please. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna break the neck peg. Okay, I ended up mainly doing that off camera because I was terrified that I was gonna ruin the neck peg. As you can see, some of her flocking wore off a little bit, and it's actually not a bad thing because we're gonna wanna eventually get rid of that anyways. Okay, so yeah, this flocking does need to go, so I'm just gonna kind of put it in the boiling hot water a little bit more and just kind of work at scraping that all off. So now the next step is to cut all of her hair. Oh, that's so sad. Basically just cutting it down as short as I can. So something like that. Now I'm gonna go in with my needle nose pliers and basically just like scrape the roof of her head to get rid of all the hair plugs. This is a process. I love this part so much. That was all inside her head. That's crazy. And now because my plan is to give her some brown hair, I have some brown acrylic paint that I'm gonna use to paint her scalp. Okay, wait, back up a couple steps here. I'm actually realizing that her head still has a little bit of texture from the flocking, and even like the part on top is kind of weird. So I think I'm gonna actually use some acetone. This is 100% pure acetone, and a cotton pad. And I'm just gonna remove all of the paint from her head to at least get rid of that texture. Okay, and now that all that's removed, we can actually get on to the painting part. And I'm just gonna follow this little indented line there. It's maybe hard to see on camera, but there is a line there that will help me figure out where the heck I'm going. And then I'm just going to let that all dry. So this is the hair I'm gonna be using for this reroute. And as you can see, it is very long. So we're gonna have to do some cutting. I cut it in half and then into quarters. And so basically how I do this is I have the doll head here, and I'm gonna grab a small section of hair. I fold it in half, and then I grab the center of it with my rerouting tool that I got from the Doll Planet hair. I love this thing. And then I basically just poke it into the head. And basically I'm just gonna continue that all the way around the outer hairline here. However, you're probably wondering, Ava, there's literally no spots to put any hair on all the way around the doll's head here, because that's where the flocking was. But don't worry, I'll show you what we're gonna do when we get to that. As for now, I'm just gonna do this front part of her head. So I rerouted the entire front of her head, but yeah, now it just ends because there used to be flocking here. So I kind of made up my own little tool here. I put a sewing needle inside my rerouting tool, which I can use to poke holes for the hair to go into. So what I'm gonna do is poke a few holes following this line, fill them in with hair, and I'm basically just gonna repeat that process all the way around her outer hairline. This is gonna take a while. So I finished rerooting all the way around her hairline, and next up I'm just going to kind of fill in the rest of her head. And again, I'll need to just poke in my own little holes down here, and I'm definitely not going to fill in every one of these at the top here because there are so many, and yeah, I definitely don't need to fill those all in. So I've rerooted the rest of the head. I definitely left a ton of gaps though, just because I was running low on hair, and they definitely all didn't need to be filled. So now it's time to do the part. Since this doll had that pixie cut haircut, she didn't actually like come with a part, so we're gonna make her own. Similar to before, I'm going to poke holes, put in the hair, and then take one half of the strand and bring it one way on the head, and the other half the other way. And I'm gonna continue that all the way down. Okay, so the reroot is finally completed, and I will admit that there is a lot of like gaps, and ideally I would have liked to put in a bit more hair, but I just had enough to finish off this reroot. And yeah, we're just gonna have to work with what we have here, and hopefully it looks good still. I'm gonna tie the doll's hair in a ponytail to keep the parts on the right side of the doll's head. And so now I have some fabric tack glue that I'm just going to put a whole bunch of into the doll's head. This is gonna hold the hair in place once it dries. I'm really squishing that around a lot just to make sure the glue really gets everywhere. And then I'm gonna let that dry overnight. So it is the next day, and as you can probably tell, I did change the background to white because the pink was kind of doing weird things with the lighting, honestly. Anyways, what I'm gonna do now is put her head back on her original body because she already had a made to move body. I'm gonna take out her ponytail elastic. And now I'm just gonna go rinse her hair under some boiling hot water just to let it all lay flat. Okay, she's actually getting me really excited. I just rinsed off her hair and it's looking a lot better now. I do want to give her hair a little bit of a trim in the back. I don't really want to cut it too much shorter, but there's just some really questionable pieces of hair that definitely need to be trimmed off. I'm gonna cut up a little bit as well, just to kind of make the ends look not as harsh. And as for a hairstyle, I might switch things up later, but I actually need her hair out of the way anyways for the repaint. So I have two pieces of hair in the front here that I'm just gonna kind of pull to the back, and I'll tie those in place. I also gave the two pieces a slight twist, just to make it look a little bit different, I guess. As per usual, how I do my repaints is I use matte Mod Podge and mix it together with acrylic paint, and then paint the doll's face with it. And I'm actually going to start by putting a little bit of brown up her nostrils just to make it look more realistic. I'm also going to give her some beauty marks. I'm going to cover up these weird little black speckles she has on her face. I've tried removing them with acetone and they just won't go away, so might as well just turn them into little beauty marks. And then just to make her eyebrows look a little bit more natural, I'm going to add some hairs into her eyebrows, just some little extra ones. As for her eyes, I do already kind of like the eye color she has, but I feel like more of a brown would suit her, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I fill back in the pupil with black. And I did add two little dots in her eyes for a shine, as well as giving her a little bit of black over her eyes to make kind of a black eyeliner because originally it was green there. As for her eyeshadow, it is definitely very out there, but it would be a lot of work to try to get rid of it. And I honestly don't mind it. It's definitely a vibe. And now there is actually one more thing I want to try on her face. I have this old makeup palette, like literally you can barely, I don't even know where this was from. Like it's gone. The name is gone. But if I open it up, and if I just dip my Q-tip into some of the highlighter and put that onto the doll's face, this could be a horrible idea. We can give the doll some highlighter. I have no idea if this will just wash off like instantly or like just get brushed away, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting to try. And I'm also gonna put some on her nose as well. Again, this is probably all just gonna like literally wipe away and be gone in like 10 minutes, but it was kind of fun to try either way. And even if you are taking like a doll photo and you just want some highlighter for like that one photo, it could definitely be a great method. And now, because I think she could really suit it, I'm gonna give her an eyebrow piercing. I've never tried doing this on my dolls before, so we're gonna see how this goes. So I have this nail polish that is super glittery and just has these little silver pieces of glitter in them. And basically, I'm going to carefully select one of the little sparkles. And I'm gonna place that onto the doll's face. All right. And then I'm gonna put another one right below that. And yeah, I think that looks really good and just suits her really well. Not too bad for my first doll eyebrow piercing attempt. Let me know what you guys think, or if you think there's a better method to try to do this. And now I would like to give her some earrings. So I have this thumbtack, and fun fact, if you guys have been watching my doll makeovers for a while now, for some reason I always use this clear one. I have a whole container of different ones, but you can go back and literally every single doll makeover, you'll see I use this one. Because I've never messed up a doll piercing with this, so why change it now? So basically I just line up where I want the piercing to go and push that in. I like to wiggle it around a bit, and then I'm gonna quickly pull it out and put in the earring. And yeah, I decided to go with these cute gold hoops. So now let's do that on the other ear. And now as for her outfit, which I do actually really like, but it's just not what I have in mind for how I want to style her and what I think her aesthetic is going to look like. So let's go give her a new outfit. Okay, so I think I settled on this outfit. Surprisingly, it took forever to actually narrow it down to one, because I think something about this doll, just like, she could give off any vibe. Like, she could be like really edgy, she could be kind of like soft girl vibes. I just don't know. Something about her, she just gives off a ton of different aesthetics, and she could really pull off anything, honestly. But I did end up going with this look, and I do really like how it looks. We have this Chanel top, which I absolutely love, and this was from the Doll Tailor, and if you actually use code DELIGHT on orders over $40, you'll get 25% off. So click the link in the description box below and check that out, because they have some really cute clothes like this adorable top. These are some cute jeans I made a while ago. I gave her these gold and black high heels. And then maybe my favorite part is this backpack, this Louis Vuitton backpack that I got off Etsy a while back, and it's so cute and just perfect with this outfit. She's honestly giving back to school, so I think that's perfect considering that school's kind of started up again and it's getting into fall, and I just really like the look. I just love it. I was gonna paint her fingernails, I definitely still could, but you don't really see them anyways with this sweater on. And same with like jewelry, I was gonna give her a bracelet, but again, you just wouldn't really see it. Even a necklace, I feel like it's unnecessary. I'm kind of just happy with this simple look that she has right now. It's kind of like simple, but not too little, not too much. Okay, and I also gave her a phone just because I felt like she kind of was missing something and like should be holding something. So I just gave her this little phone because why not? But let me know if you guys think that something's missing, or if you think I should add on something else or change something up. I'm definitely curious, so let me know. And let me know in general what you think of this doll and if you like her makeover. Oh, and we can't forget about the eyebrow piercing. I think that's really cool. Oh, and also, I know I always ask you guys to give name recommendations, but I usually never actually do anything about it, or I don't actually pick one. But this time, I mean it, guys. Go comment down below name ideas, and I'll pick like my top favorites, and then I'll do a poll so we can nail down what her name should be. Okay, and before we end today's video, the shoutouts for today go to Shine Forever, Farrah's Barbies, and Watermelon Girly. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And remember, if you want a chance of getting a shout out, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and comment down below with the hashtag DD Squad, and you'll have a chance of getting a shout out in the next video. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this doll makeover, and let me know if you want to see more in the future. And I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Bye!